I've been so excited to try this luxury pairing tonight. It is the AJ Fernandez Días de Gloria Brazil cigar, paired with Jameson's single pot 5 cask Irish whiskey. I think this is going to be a pairing made in heaven, or it could be a complete disaster like last week's pairing, like smoking a wet dog's ass. Unequivocally repulsive. Let's find out. As usual, at the end of this video, I will be giving my brutal, honest, real cigar rating, placing this pairing on the luxury leaderboard, and I will also be letting you know what I'll be doing in the next set of videos. Something a bit different, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We have the Días de Gloria Brazil by AJ Fernandez. It's an absolutely beautiful cigar. It actually comes in a cedar wrap, as you can see. Beautiful bands. So this cigar is 6.5 by 52 Figurado, and it has a Brazilian Mata Fina Maduro wrapper and Nicaraguan binder and fillers. Días de Gloria in English just means glory days, and AJ Fernandez pays homage to the glory days of Cuban tobacco, pre-Cuban embargo, and pushes it into a richer, darker direction. Right, let's get this cedar band off the cigar. And as you can see, it has the beautiful Figurado shape. Also, the wrapper is almost flawless. From this Brazilian Mata Fina Maduro wrapper, I am expecting dark chocolate notes and plenty of it. Certainly dark flavour tones. I'm not expecting much spice from this cigar, but we'll see. Right, let's get it cut and let's get it lit. I always V-cut a Figurado. Slightly firm draw, but it's not too bad. And the cold draw from this cigar is absolutely incredible. It's like dark chocolate, dark earth, and like a sweet molasses, which is absolutely unbelievable. If the cigar tastes this good when it's lit, I'm going to be really impressed. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. There's definitely a bit of spice. Like a red pepper spice. No, actually, no, it's like a black pepper spice. Right on the back of the palate. I would say an 8 out of 10 on the black pepper. So as you can see, we have thick, heavy smoke output, which I love. Like a dark chocolate richness, an earthy taste, but it's almost like a sweet earth. It's really, really good, this cigar. I mean, I've only started it, and already it's quite a complex cigar. I don't get any stinging in my sinuses through the retrohale. It's very smooth that way. Still a little bit of black pepper on the back of the palate. It's calmed down now to about a 4 or 5 out of 10. Very impressed. Okay, so very impressed with the cigar. Let's get on with the whiskey and get the whiskey opened. Right, I'll just show you this quickly. Hope you can see that okay. So, this whiskey is the first whiskey that I've ever came across that has been matured in 5 different oak casks. It's been in a first fill bourbon cask. It has been in sherry cask, virgin oak, port casks, and Marsala wine casks, which to me sounds absolutely crazy. And this whiskey is 46% ABV. It's actually quite underwhelming, the scent that I'm getting from this whiskey. It's very subtle, very subdued. There's definitely a slight hint of vanilla, maybe like a soft biscuit scent. Apart from that, I don't really get anything else with this whiskey, which is strange, but that was the nose. Let's try it on the palate and see. Yeah, the flavours are similar to the scent. There's not really, compared to the whiskies I usually drink, it's quite disappointing, to be honest. This whiskey is around £50 a bottle, I think, which isn't exactly cheap, but I was expecting a bit more. It has tastes of oak, wee bit of vanilla. It actually reminds me a bit more of a bourbon, believe it or not. It has more bourbon qualities to it, which obviously is from the bourbon barrels. I can taste the bourbon coming through. I wouldn't be a massive fan of bourbon, to be honest. So maybe that's why I'm a bit underwhelmed by this whiskey, but don't get me wrong, it does taste good, but it's just not setting my pants on fire, let's just say. Right, let's try it with a cigar and see what happens. Oh, that cigar is great. Absolutely great. You know something? The cigar actually saves the whiskey to a certain degree. The cigar has really strong chocolatey notes for me. Maybe one of the most chocolate heavy flavour tones I've ever had from a cigar, actually. The La Roma de Cuba Mi Amor has a lot of chocolate. So does the Padron 1964 Maduro. But this might actually have more for me. It's really, really good. Now, the whiskey is a little bit bland compared to what I'm used to, but when you pair the two together, the chocolate tones and the molasses tones from the cigar do actually work quite well with this whiskey. It doesn't overpower the whiskey, and the whiskey certainly doesn't overpower the cigar, which is actually a very good thing. As anyone that does these types of pairings will tell you, you don't want one or the other overpowering the other. That's not what you want when you pair something together. I think what this shows is actually quite interesting. It doesn't have to be the best whiskey in the world to be a good pairing with a good cigar. This pairing actually works better than you would think. Yeah, it actually works well, this pairing. So on its own, we'll just drop the ash. Yep, well, it can just stay there to the end. It is actually quite a good pairing. The whiskey has a little bit of sweetness to it. Definitely vanilla, oak, and a bit in the bourbon. The bourbon is definitely coming through. And the chocolate tones, definitely a molasses and a sweet earth tone. When you mix the two together, it just works. I'd be interested to know in the comments if you've ever had this whiskey. I only discovered this whiskey quite recently. I'd never heard of it before. I have to say now, this is much, much better than the normal Jameson's. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of the normal Jameson's whiskey, to be honest, but this is good. What a cigar, ladies and gentlemen. What a cigar. Right, I think it's time for my brutal, honest, real cigar rating. And this decision is the easiest decision I've ever made. This, without a doubt, is a cigar of the gods. All day, every day, and 10 times on a Sunday. This is a cigar of the gods. Absolutely incredible. I actually bought some of these on my last trip to Holland, and I actually wish now that I had bought a box of them. I'm really annoyed with myself that I didn't buy a full box because these are absolutely incredible. Right, so where does this sit on the luxury pairing leaderboard? Well, it might surprise you when I say this, but it's actually going to get 4th place on the luxury leaderboard, because even though the whiskey on its own doesn't blow me away, when you mix these two together, it's a really good mix. It just works. It's as simple as that. Some of the pairings that I get wrong, you get a really amazing cigar, a really amazing whiskey, and it doesn't work. That's just the way these things are. And this pairing does work, so it deserves 4th on the leaderboard. I would definitely have this pairing again. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing in the next set of videos, I got one of these Glenallachie advent calendars of standard production Glenallachie whiskey, and also special edition Glenallachie whiskies. It also says on the box that number 25 for Christmas Day is a very special limited edition whiskey. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to be. So the plan is, each day of December, I will open up the advent calendar, take out a whiskey, review with that whiskey, and whichever cigar I think is going to pair best with that whiskey. And then after 25 days, we're going to see what was the best pairing out of the 25 whiskies with 25 cigars. So make sure you subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll see you on the next video.